Hello, friend. Welcome back to the couch. Today, what's coming up for me is to talk a little bit about what happens when we get plunged into a sudden shift of emotional crisis. And I use the word emotional crisis. It may not feel like that to you, but this social distancing due to the COVID-19 coronavirus that we're going through has plunged us all into situations that we have not chosen to be in. We are being required through, for reasons of, doing the responsible thing and keeping our loved ones safe and keeping ourselves safe and healthy and following the guidelines that are set out for us. We are being required to go on a bit of a forced hermitage, if you will. And it's funny because people like me and like us, I'm assuming since you're here, really love to delve into the silent retreat, contemplative stillness, the interior journey. And usually it is a joyful pursuit, right? I drop into centering prayer because of the feeling that I get, because I feel called to do it, and usually that call feels like a good, strong, positive thing. And the trick is that this hermitage that we're on is forced, meaning it's kind of a shadow hermitage, it's kind of an exploration, for me anyway, of my shadow. I don't want to be here on retreat in this limited situation. So what that means is it's coming up for me. It's showing up completely differently than a normal spiritual pursuit that I do out of interest or I'm out of my own curiosity. And it reminds me, what's happening, at least for me, is things are getting really clear and really simple. So this is I was talking with a wonderful, wise client today, and she said, oh, this is surrender. This is a constant practice of surrender. Yeah, not of our own choosing. We have to surrender to our circumstances right now. And it's hard and it's challenging. And also, all of the spiritual interior journeying that I do on a regular basis in my normal day-to-day has I think set me up to have some resilience to this situation, to be able to go like, okay, right, I've cultivated a practice of what it's like to be here in stillness with extra time on my hands, and to entertain boredom and see where that leads. And so all of that work that I've done is helpful here, but it doesn't mean I like being here or I want to be here in this situation. So this is a practice of surrender, and it's not pretty. It's not all roses. It's not a good, calling. In discernment, in spiritual direction, we talk about the fact that, just following your feelings, your passions, doesn't get you to God. Like, it's not always an authentic pursuit just to follow your passions, because you avoid the shadow work. So here we are, unable to avoid our shadow work suddenly, or at least for me. There are some really hard circumstances that I'm kind of forced to be face to face with. I can't escape them because I have limited, everything is so limited right now. So my shadow followed me here into social distancing and sheltering in place and all of that. And so I just wanted to talk to that a little bit, about the fact that, like, that normal spiritual practices, that feel good spirituality that we like to promote on social media and post out there, and like, oh, it's all love and light. Like, it's not love and light right now, because this is a shadow hermitage that we're on, collectively. And so we're collectively facing our shadow, and individually, for me, and I can see for the other people in my house too, that like that dark stuff is hanging around. We're all getting annoyed at each other. We're all a little bit more argumentative than we used to be. We are all kind of tired of doing this, and yet we must just continue to surrender to it, continue to agree to be in these circumstances until they shift, until the situation gets better. So all I can do is surrender to it. I can't fix it. I can't fix myself. I can't work on my own. I just have to be continually in a submission of surrender for the good of all of us. So it's like missionary work right now, maybe. I don't know. All right. I didn't mean for that to get like, but I think that's what the circumstances call for right now. Is we're in deep inquiry. We're on our interior journeys, all of us collectively together and individually. So not of our choosing, we are holed up in a cocoon, and inside a cocoon, you're trapped in there with all your shadows. So continue to reach out, continue to socialize. I'm going to continue to use this as an outlet for the work and for what comes up for me, what I learn as I go along the way. And I'm going to continue to visit with you on this couch, and I appreciate your company. Okay, until next time.